up, awesome people, and welcome back to Wi-Fi Wednesday Shenanigans. Alright, so I'm not too sure how many people have seen the recent article by the Pokemon website in regards to the Winter VGC Championships. They actually posted a few template teams that you might be interested in using in the upcoming VGC tournaments. So the team I'm using today is actually straight from that website. It was a team based around Ho-Oh, and a few people were like criticizing and mocking this particular team because everyone was like, why would you run Sacred Fire with Ho-Oh in a team with Kyogre, especially Primal Kyogre? So because of all the recent mocking that this team has received, along with another team that featured Jolly Groudon with Eruption on the set, I decided to take a go at it because, hey, when someone mentions a gimmick team, I've got to try it because they're hell fun to use. So let's jump off the first battle that I'll feature for tonight. The other battle I'll feature tonight actually features something that I added to the team. Alright, so the lead here is obviously going to be the Kyogre and Ho-Oh lead. So the opponent is going to lead with oh look, it's a shiny Kyogre and a shiny Dragonite. Well, let's see if that shiny, oh yeah, it's a Primal Kyogre. Oh, it's one of those battles, alright. Well, I know exactly what I'm getting into here, so we're going to have two Primal Kyogres on the field. I'm surprised my DS doesn't lag here, because usually when stuff like this happens, the DS just lags. So anyways, my Kyogre's going to Primal Evolve as well into Primal Kyogre, so as I said, there's two Primal Kyogres on the field, so it doesn't really matter there about my ability, but regardless, I'm going to go for the Protect here, just so I can start my strategy off, because I already knew that Kyogre was going to go for Origin Pulse, or maybe in a Water Spout, the absolute max, but let's just say they went for a Water Spout, my Ho-Oh would not have lived there. So Ho-Oh is a max health, max special defense, careful natured Ho-Oh, exactly what the website suggested with the citrus berries, so that's great. I go back up to just above the half health there. The Dragonite actually sets up the D-Dance there, so that's good because I set up for the Tailwind here, so it doesn't really matter next turn. My Kyogre and I think Ho-Oh will probably still outspeed that Dragonite regardless of running no speed in both Pokemon. So the EVs in the Kyogre is max health, max special attack with Modest, and my IVs are health, special attack, and I do believe I had speed as the other one. I'm not 100% too sure, though I think I might have had special defense as my other IV. I can't remember the third IV. As for Ho-Oh though, it is max health, IVs are health, attack and special defense. Alright, so I don't think my Origin Pulse hit Dragonite at all, and unfortunately I think Kyogre just managed to live, and Ho-Oh goes down to Origin Pulse. I'm not actually too sure what happened that turn because I was bragging on about something else. Anyways, I'm going to set up my Salamence here, so Intimidate's going to go off there on the Kyogre, not so much an effect on Kyogre, more or less on the Dragonite, so it's going to be back to neutral attack there, but with a +1 in speed thanks to the D-Dance. So I'm going to Mega Evolve here into my Mega Salamence with the Salamanite, and kick off straight away with the Protect, go straight with the Double Edge. Usually I Protect there, but I think I just wanted to get rid of the Dragonite. So Dragonite goes down into the very low red there with the Double Edge, thanks to Aerialite, turns into a Flying type with the Stab, and Origin Pulse is going to hit both Pokemon and takes out the Dragonite and the Kyogre. I think I may have went for Brave Bird with Ho-Oh last turn, and unfortunately I didn't kill with it because I've got no attack AVs at all, and I don't, as I said, I'm not too sure if I'm running attack IVs either. Alright, so Sylveon comes in. I think this is their last Pokemon. No, it's not, sorry. Their last Pokemon is the Pidgeot, most likely a Mega Pidgeot because there is rain and no guard is quite annoying, especially with Hurricane and Pidgeot's very high special attack and speed when it's Mega Evolves. It's not really going to be much of a problem because I do have Tailwinds up still thanks to my Ho-Oh, and Double Edge is going to just miss out on the kill there, which is, wow. I actually thought I might have killed, but regardless, the Origin Pulse I think is going to be overkill on that Pidgeot. So the Origin Pulse takes out both the Mega Pidgeot and the Sylveon, and that is game for that round. So this was the last battle I did with this particular team setup, and by this stage, it was starting to get a little bit boring because I was winning most battles, and I had one particular battle where someone had both, again, two shinies on the field. I protected the first turn, set up Tailwind on Ho-Oh, and both Pokemon went for Kyogre, which failed because I used Protect and the person DC straight after that. So yeah, it wasn't getting as fun as it was at the start. Alright, so the next battle I'm going to show for tonight's Wi-Fi Wednesday is this particular battle. So, along with the team that they suggested for the Ho-Oh and Kyogre combination, they had, I think, 4 or 5, maybe 6 suggested Pokemon you can run instead of the Pokemon that they suggested. So their full team was actually had Cresselia and Kangaskhan on it, with obviously Mega Kangaskhan. So I took out Mega Kangaskhan and Cresselia and replaced it with Crobat, and I do believe Salamence. No, Salamence wasn't a replacement. I can't remember who my last replacement was. Oh no, it was Lando Theoform was my last replacement, sorry. So yeah, Salamence was actually part of the team. So they didn't actually give sets for the Crobat or the Lando, so I kind of made up my own sets here. But this particular battle, this was my very first battle here, so excuse the very noobish mistake I made in this battle. But you'll see anyways. I'm going to start again with the Kyogre and Ho-Oh lead. As I said, this was my very first battle with this team, so I wasn't really too sure how to particularly go as far as leading with this team. But so far after this first battle, I actually did find that the Tailwind Protect strategy was quite an effective lead. So anyways, here goes the Primal Kyogre evolution once again. Yay, big whale on the big floating whale on the screen. I don't really know how to describe Kyogre. Anyways, Primordial C goes back up. Yay, fun times. Alright, so he goes to Protect again, because especially with Gorgeist and Thundurus on the field, I'm not particularly very comfortable at the moment. So I kind of knew that Thunder Wave was coming. I was kind of hoping I'd go for the Primal Kyogre, not my Ho-Oh. And unfortunately I get the Para Hacks there, so it's like, oh, hello, welcome to Battle Spot again, where my Hacks luck is like dreadful. Alright, so Volt Switch there from the Thundurus is going to do quite minimal damage there to Ho-Oh, considering it's a Thundurus using it, and it's a Ho-Oh. But then again, Ho-Oh is quite bulky, as I said, with max health and max special defense. So with that, they go straight into their Weavile. I'm not really too sure what they're trying to achieve here with switching into that Weavile, but maybe they're fearing an Ice Beam or something from my Kyogre, which is why they switched. So I missed up the Weavile on that Origin Pulse and do just a little bit over half damage there with my Origin Pulse on the Gorgeist. So Gorgeist there goes for the Bullet Seed. That is definitely a max attack Gorgeist, which is something I don't usually see. And wow, I nubbed out and I went for Sacred Fire because I completely forgot Fire-type moves do not work in the Primordial Seed. So that's great. So, awful mistake there, but what do you expect? I don't normally play Ubers, and it's been a very long time since I've used Primal Kyogre. Alright, so I just lived there on 3 health after the Bullet Seed hit me 3 times. If it was any more, my Kyogre would have gone down, and finally I managed to pull off the Tailwind on my my Ho-Oh, which means Kyogre does get double speed. And Origin Pulse is going to absolutely decimate the Gorgeist. However, the Weavile does hold the Focus Sash, which is a bit of a pain in the rear side. So Weavile is just going to hang in there on 1 health. However, I still have a move left on my Ho-Oh, but I do have to sacrifice the Kyogre though, because Ho-Oh is paralyzed, which actually made a bit of a difference there. So Primordial C does end there because Kyogre fainted. And Ho-Oh was allowed to pull off the Brave Bird, which is going to take out the Weavile with the unnecessary critical hit. I think even with no EVs and attack, that would have done a decent amount of damage to Weavile, considering how frail it is in defense. Alright, so I sent out my Crobat. So their next 2 Pokemon is going to be the Talonflame. Oh, I didn't see the Brave Bird at all coming from here. And Thundurus. So I go for the Quick Guard here on my Crobat, expecting the Brave Bird from the Talonflame. Pun not intended. And the Brave Bird does fail. Yay! I actually did something inventive there, I think. Anyways, the Thundurus is going to set up the Rain Dance there, which was quite interesting. So I was thinking, oh no, this is going to have thunder or something, isn't it? Or hurricane or something, which is not going to be fun. So because I can't pull off the Quick Guard again, unfortunately I'm going to take a Brave Bird there from the Talonflame, which is going to do, I think, around half damage there to the Crobat. So the only move I'm running on this Crobat is the Cross Poison. Unfortunately, I'm not running any attack EVs again on the Crobat. It was a defensive Crobat, max health and defense Crobat. Do believe I was running Bold or something. I can't remember what nature I was running there. Anyways, I'm going to do Brave Bird there on the Talonflame, bring it down to the red, which means if it is Choice Banded, it's going to go down in the next turn. So Intimidate there on the Salamence on the way in, which is not really going to affect the Talonflame at all, because it's just going to go Brave Bird and most likely commit suicide this turn with Brave Bird. Alright, so I'm going to Mega Revolve there with my Salamence, so of course all the stat changes don't kick in until the next turn, so I'm just going to go Protect there. so I can just negate all damage done to it this turn. So the Talonflame does go for the Brave Bird, as I predicted, because as I said, it's most likely choice banded like most of them are. And I'm just going to hang in there on my Ho-Oh after the Brave Bird with 4 health, which is great, and the Talonflame does go down as well. And the Citrus Berry kicks in, which means I get a little bit more health back, which brings me back up to 57. Quite low range orange there. Alright, so Volt Switch there from the Thunderous is going to unfortunately take out my Ho-Oh. Not cool. So I'm pretty sure it's a 1v1. Yes, it is. So the Thunderwave income from the Thunderous there, which now paralyzes my Salamence. Like, oh no, I'm probably going to lose this game to Parahacks, most likely. So I go for the Dracor Meteor here. This is a max special attack, max health Salamence with naive nature, so it's a mix attacker. And I bring it down to red, just missing out on the kill thanks to Thunderous's natural special defense. Citrus Berry is going to bring it up to just a little bit over the quarter health. Volt Switch again there is going to do about a quarter damage there to Salamence. Unfortunately, I get the Parahacks. I'm like, oh no! Rain stops. I'm like, oh, they didn't utilize that rain very well. So Volt Switch, once again, it's going to bring my Salamence down to a quarter health. If I got the crit there, I would have definitely have lost. So I go for the double edge there, which is going to take the game for me and take out the Thunderous, which was awesome. I think I came very close to actually not taking it out. And yes, that's game. Alrighty folks, that's pretty much it for Wi-Fi Wednesday. As I said, that's pretty much all the battles I managed to get with this particular team. I had one DC, as I said, and this was the other battle I had with the team. Wasn't a very interesting battle, very questionable plays made by the opponent there. I'm actually not too sure why I saved it. I think I accidentally misclicked yes to that one. But yeah, as I said, I was starting to get pretty bored with this team by the end of it because, well, things were getting too easy. And I don't particularly feel like, well, I don't really enjoy playing ranked, so which is why I haven't done any ranked battles with this team yet. Because I can find more enjoyment with some gimmick teams. So probably next week for Wi-Fi Wednesday, I'll bring back the gimmick teams. I do have a particular gimmick team for PU. I tried it out, I think, last week. I got a win with it, but unfortunately it was a slaughterhouse, so it wasn't worth saving. So yeah, expect gimmick teams next week. So until then, this is Lady KrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!